Digital products are awesome because of the margins, because you can literally sell it worldwide. It's just a matter of, do people speak the language that you're selling the product in? So, you don't have to worry about physical issues, returns, things of that nature. Now, a flaw that I see in digital products is that sometimes they're just not worth selling. So I'm gonna break down certain tips as to when you should use YouTube ads for digital product. So 4 things that you wanna look at when looking at these digital products and deciding whether it makes sense to sell it on YouTube ads. Tip number 1 is the product you're trying to sell, is it something scalable? By scalable, it's usually more times than not gonna be something B2C, something that is gonna have a wider audience. For example, if I'm selling a product on how to show plumbers how to juggle, and I know it's a ridiculous product, but hey, you heard it here first. You're not gonna have enough people. Like, first of all, you're gonna have to try to target plumbers and you don't even know if they wanna juggle. It doesn't make sense, right? So you really have to ask yourself, honestly, is this something that people really wanna learn about? And if you're not sure, check out Google Trends, check out different channels on YouTube, see how many subscribers they have, see what how many times that topic pops up. And heck, once you start searching for that, it's gonna start following you on Facebook anyways. So start seeing the ads that you're seeing for that. Look in Google search, see what ads pop up for that type of thing. If you're seeing competition out there, that means that there's a demand for it. You can use Google Keyword Planner as well. These are all ways of gauging whether this is something that makes sense. If you know in your own personal life that a lot of people ask you these same type of questions, then you know that your product there's a solution that you're providing, that it's worth going into. So make sure it is worth doing because it's scalable. Why did I say that? Because YouTube ads really, while it can work on low budgets, things of that nature, it's really built for scale. Like, if you're willing to spend 20, 30, 40, 100 grand a day, YouTube ads can work for you for a digital product, but it has to be a scalable product. Tip number 2, you gotta have a good enough price point, whether it be at the front end or it be something that you have something set up where you're gonna get a long lifetime customer value. Why do I say that? Whenever you are going at scale, your prices will go up. Let's just say if you're one of the lucky few to get 50-cent clicks on YouTube ads in the beginning, that may work at $100 a day, that may work at a couple $100 a day. But at $1,000 a day, that's not going to be the norm. That may happen one day or two, but for the most part, your clicks are gonna start creeping up. Then you add to that conversion rate of your digital product. Let's just say your digital product converts at 2%, right? And you're getting $1 a click. But your $1 click is still a low amount. $1 click at 2% means you're spending $50 to get a purchase. Now you can see if you're selling a $7 product, you're basically locking yourself into a loss. And it makes no sense to continue pushing that type of product. Now, if you're selling a $100 product, fantastic. Even if you have a high enough price point in the beginning, you still wanna have something in the back end, whether it's an upsell, whether it's some type of continuity, because it has to be something that makes sense in the long term. And you wanna bring in that cash flow as well to be able to continue to fund your scale on YouTube ads. Sorry about the interruption, but if you're someone that already has a funnel and you want to scale it, we're talking about 1K a day, a couple hundred a day, and you want to take it to 10K a day, then click on our link. What can you expect if you click on the link? You're going to talk to one of our consultants and we're going to see what makes sense for you. If you're someone that is a do-it-yourselfer and you want to learn a system, get on our weekly calls, learn how we come up with creatives, angles, how we do our targeting, how we scale, how we get clients to spending 30, 40K a day. Hey, you want to give that information to your media buyer? Feel free and ask about our course. However, if you're a little bit more hands-off and you want people that already know what to do and how to go from spending a couple of hundred a day, spending a few $1,000s a day, then also ask about our agency. See if we're the right fit for you, if your funnel can work for YouTube ads. But that's not gonna happen unless you click on the link. So make sure you do that. It's totally free, but this is if you're willing to scale and you already know that you have stuff that works. Now, back to the video at hand. My tip number 3 is, it may sound silly, but you wanna have a good funnel in place. I don't think YouTube ads is really the place to start testing a funnel to begin with. Ideally, you want to have run that funnel through cheaper traffic sources. Right now, the traffic source du jour is still Facebook. I know a lot of people, there's TikTok, but less people know how to use that as much. But Facebook is still pretty good at testing a funnel. When I say a funnel, you're gonna learn certain metrics. So let's say, for example, you have a webinar funnel, which is a very common funnel that's being used in YouTube ads. And the way a webinar funnel works in most cases, you have the ad, you go to a landing page where you sign up in your email, you watch the webinar, and then you purchase the product. If you have a $1,000 product, and I already know these are benchmark metrics, you should expect, and this is average on the lower end, a 1% conversion rate. That means every 100 person that watches your webinar should convert on this product. That's the break even, right? So you're saying, okay, cool, 100 people and I break even. How much should my cost be for me to break even in as far as cost value and as far as leads, right? So 100 people times $10, that means $10 a lead, that's going to make you break even. And now it's a matter of looking at your ad costs. Let's just say you're getting $1 a click. That means you need a 10% conversion rate. 1 out of 10 clicks becomes a lead. Of those leads, 1 out of 100 of the leads become a sale. These are all benchmark metrics for webinar funnels, but that's a funnel that's exactly like that. There are all types of funnels that always come up. And if you come up with a newer funnel that converts even better, great. But the only way to find that out is throwing some traffic behind it. You can think and overthink, but the only results that matter are the results that you see from testing. So that's why, in my opinion, it's best to test that funnel, whether it be another traffic source or maybe even a search, right? You may be able to find search keywords that have higher intent, but it's going to be the same thing. Like everything from the lead to the webinar to the sale is going to be relatively the same. It's not always exactly the same, but once you have those numbers in place, you know if it makes sense to sell your digital product, right? And the last thing is just have a good product. There are so many people in search of trying to get cash, trying to get money in, and they're not focused on, hey, is this really a good product? Does this really help people out? So if you have a good product, you're probably gonna have less refunds. You cannot eliminate refunds 100%. There are people that will never be satisfied. That's just how life is. But you're going to have better customer retention. And on top of that, you're gonna have positive word of mouth. And overall, that's gonna help you when it comes to your ad costs and your conversion rates. Because if your conversion rates are high, you can get away with not having the perfect ads if your product is awesome. But if your product is crap, guess what? Not only is that gonna be an issue, but there are gonna be reviews about you showing up in YouTube next time someone's searching your product on YouTube. And trust me, that stuff, while it may not hurt you in the short term, in the long term, it does hurt you. It will hurt your conversion rates and it will lower your sales. And those are 4 tips that I have for promoting digital products on YouTube ads in 2022. If you wanna see other tips and tricks on running YouTube ads, feel free to check out our channel, 1000% free. If for whatever reason you feel like you need something a little bit more detailed, nuanced, really get into the day-to-day, tactical, how to set up ad strategy, whether you're an agency for media buyers, things of that nature, feel free to click on the link, book a call with us, it's 100% free, and see if we can find the right fit for you.